Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Scott with Flip and Customize, and today we're gonna take Project on a Dime. That's right, because we named it, and we're finally gonna get to some fun, cool stuff. So today, actually tomorrow, my buddy Steve is coming over, and we're gonna get this thing in for its 3/4 inch drop. Again, this is a budget build, so it's coils, shocks, and blocks for the rear, and probably do some brake hoses and a few other things on it and the chassis while we're at it. And I am excited because guess what? We got the shop doors open. It's March, and well, I have a sweatshirt on, so it's near 50. That's a heat wave, so it's pretty nice. But come on in, let's get started.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a string who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out.
Alright guys, just want to talk about the kit real quick. It is nothing fancy, again, budget build. This is from Suspension Specialties, I believe, which honestly is a company that sells a lot on eBay, and they use max track shocks. It wasn't hard to find cheap like drop coils, like 3-inch drop coils and 4-inch tapered blocks. That wasn't hard to find cheap. However, lowered shocks, and this truck needs shocks, so I'm not throwing standard shocks on a lowered truck. It's just not right. We had to find shocks, and shocks are like the most expensive thing. So price point of this kit right here was around 500 bucks ish with the shocks and the hardware, the springs, everything you see here. However, this was raw aluminum. The blocks were raw aluminum, the U-bolts. So we went ahead and powder coated those because we do that here in some mini black texture to help prolong their life, as well as on the U-bolts themselves. Because that stuff typically just like corrodes and rusts up pretty good up here. So that's the kit in a nutshell. Nothing super fancy, nothing high performance. I'm not putting a ridiculous amount of horsepower with this truck. It's a 4-cylinder, so I'm not worried about the blocks getting beat up too bad or anything like that as well. So when Steve gets here, we'll get the truck inside and we will tear into this. All right guys, it's morning now. We got Steve here and it's time to make the magic happen. By make the magic happen, we're gonna get this thing down where it should be. No, this is not going to be in the weeds. It's a 3/4 inch drop, so basically it's just going to sit nice and level, nice and low. With our 17-inch wheels, it's going to look sweet. Again, this is a driver, technically driven year-round once you treat the frame. So we don't want this thing like on bags or sitting on the ground and bottoming out everywhere. We just want that cool low look, but still functional because I'm going to use this truck. So without further ado, we'll try and start this thing because it's been sitting here all week. The battery is so let's see what happens. I guess give her a little love, Steve, and see if we can get this thing to fire. Oh. She loves it, dude. She loves it. We still got to figure out the gauge lights. We got nothing. Evan seems to think he can figure it out. It's easy. So we might be making him do it. Oh, it's going to look so much better low with some wheels and tires on that bad boy. Oh yeah. All right, we've got it on a lift. We've got things torn apart, and of course the upper stud on the shock absorber is rusted enough that it doesn't come off. So we're gonna do the old hit it with a torch and an impact gun and make the magic happen. So ready? Let's do this. All right, don't worry. Yes, we have the torch, but we got our safety gear. So we have our fire extinguisher fresh off the snowbank so we can keep things cool if we need to. It's always nice when you get to take out tools like this to work on a truck, Steve. I'll give you the honors.
Oh, thanks.
All right, there we go. He's getting rid of the sway bar links without using the torch so we don't get too much smoke in the shop like we did on the shocks. Got parts on the floor. Good sign. And when the hammer's getting swung, even better. All right, Steve's got the front end apart and we are lowering her down, and no, don't worry about the tension on the brake hose. We're replacing those, so that's gonna get done. And the old spring is just about out. All right, as you can see, the difference from the stock coil to the 3-inch drop coil, it's quite a bit. I had to pry the stock one out a little bit, not bad, but clearly won't have to do that with the new coil. That should go right in, Steve, no issues at all.
Slip right in.
And of course, working on an older truck, our best friend is the silicoil, air coil, what do they call this? Oil, like, whatever. Good stuff, we like it. All right, so there's been a lot of grass and stuff that's been coming out of this truck. And there is straight up like lawn mowing nests from something living up in the frame.
I think something's gonna bite me.
Ugh. Yum.
Rusty old
There's
shit.
a lot of stuff in there, huh?
Yeah.
We'll take my blowgun too and blow it.
Yeah.
All right, going back together. Steve's got the coil and the shock in. Finishing that up now, and then we're gonna put, actually got some new sway bar links we're gonna throw in there as well, and get everything all greased up, change out his brake hoses that we're gonna do anyway, and then move on to the back, which is pretty easy with just the blocks and the shocks. Although I probably just jinxed you.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, update. We got the front end. Well, I, as in Steve, got the front end all back together with the lowering springs, new shocks, new sway bar links. We're gonna wait and grease it up at the very end. We're getting stuff lubed up. So when we do the alignment, we'll be able to get it aligned up. And yeah, we have the brake rotors and pads from last time. And actually him and Evan are down here working on the rear. Woo! Getting this done. So got the shocks off, got our tool cart, loosen up the U-bolts, and then we're gonna go up with one side, put a block in, and then go up with the other side. Okay, bud. All right, Steve. Pinion angles, let's talk about it.
Little tech tip here. So, when you're lowering or raising a vehicle, right? Another thing you have to concern with, other than your ride height, is what else are you affecting? And one of the things you're gonna be affecting is your pinion angle. So when you add a block and you raise your rear end up, you have to keep the pinion facing towards the transmission. If it was horizontal and your transmission was on a down angle, your U-joints are gonna be working too hard and you'll have premature failure.
Nice, and that's why we have a tapered block, is to correct that angle that you've now disrupted because you went up 4 inches with the rear end. So that's why we got the tapered block. All right, Steve, looking good. Blocks are in. Oh, that powder coating, damn, that's nice. Shocks next. We'll throw a brake hose on it while we got it, and I don't know, maybe trim these off. What do you think? All right, there we go. Blocks in. All the studs have been trimmed off, so it's nice, not hanging down. New rear shocks are in. Actually, Steve threw the new brake hose in there as well, so that is in. The rear is done. It's gonna bleed these brakes out and see what this thing looks like. A little brake bleeding action over here from Steve and Evan up here, and Evan's got the hard job
Hold it.
of pumping it and holding it. Steve's
Pump it.
on the working end of this one. That's it. We're almost on ground level now, boys. Can't wait to see it. Super cool. And then we're talking our weathered wheels. Figure out what we want for our tire size. That's next. All right, guys. Moment of truth. Steve threw the wheels back on it. It's already looking lower in the rear there. I can't wait to see this thing sitting on the cement. It is gonna look nice. Hopefully we can get our lifts out of there. I was just thinking that too. We may have to use the jack a little bit. I guess we'll find out in a second. How low can we go? Now again, we're not scraping pavement with this thing, but uh-oh. It hit. Oh, I guess we get the jack involved. Stand by. We're stuck on the lift. All right, after some jack assistance, we now have it off the lift, and she is lowered down. This is our first look at it with you guys. It's hard to see because we are inside, but our brake fluid is so low that we don't even dare drive it right now because I don't have any more. So, sorry, but put it in perspective. Yeah?
Let's grab it out.
Okay, we can bring it outside. Yeah, let's get outside. Let's get a better look. And this thing looks sweet, nice and low. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I'm already digging it, bud. At the end of the day, he deserves it. Steve's been working it on this today. Oh yeah, that looks good. There it is. That looks good. Now picture this with our 17-inch wheels and low profile tires. Overall diameter will be about the same height. So we'll still end up right where I want to be. That's gonna look absolutely killer. Oh yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah.
What do you think, dude?
Fuck, it's sweet. Really nice.
Nice and low, not too low, still drivable. Not the greatest in the snow, but that's all right.
She wasn't to begin with.
She wasn't to begin with. Woo, that's a good height.
Yeah, that's
3-4 inch.
leveled it right out.
This sticker's staying, if anyone of you were wondering. I love drafts. I have no idea why, but that's got to stay. All right, guys, so we are lowered. 3 in the front, 4 in the back. Basically, it's a 4-inch lowering kit. It leveled the truck off perfectly. We got some help from the family. Caleb come by a little bit. Evan come by to help out a little bit. And a big thank you to Steve here, because Steve killed it, as well as the brake lines and everything else. So we had a blast. This is just starting to get fun. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep doing this. We're still looking for sponsors. Or anyone out there that's looking to sponsor us, I would gladly accept that, because the cool stuff's coming. What are we doing next? Oh, tires and wheels are going on next. So we have the other videos on weathering the wheels and then clear coating them with the Poppy's Patina. Those are going on next, and then we're going to get into making the body itself more patinaed. So don't forget to tune in. Thanks again, Scott and Steve from Flip and Customized.